The big day is here. You've got your first release on Spotify, but what do you need to do? In last week's video, we looked at how to build followers once you've had music out there. But if you haven't had music out there and don't have an artist page, what can you do? In this video, I'm going to give you some actionable steps to promote that first release and set yourself up for future releases. Hey, I'm Graham Farmer. From coaching DJs for the past 8 years and running data transmission for the last 14 years, I've helped DJs get releases on Spotify, grow their playlists, and build their streams so that their music can become more discoverable on the platform. And this basically gets them out of their bedrooms to touring so they can build careers in electronic music. The clear mission for this channel is to help DJs and producers understand the business end of releasing music. Also, music marketing and platforms like Spotify and SoundCloud and Instagram and Twitch to help you build more worldwide fans and ultimately get you more DJ gigs. So the small thing you can do to help us is quickly hit that like button and be sure to subscribe, and let's get into it. I get asked this by DJs and producers all the time. I have my first release coming out on Spotify. What can I do? How can I promote it? How can I get on the Spotify for artists? I always think your first release on Spotify is a bit like a pancake release. So you know when you're making pancakes and you make the first one and then you end up throwing it away because it doesn't just taste right. It's not as good as the next few. Well, this is similar to your first release on Spotify. You don't have the options that you do with your second, third and fourth and 10th release when you're on a small label or a new label or even a mid-sized label. Unless you're on one of those big major labels, then you get the options. But if this is your first release or your first self-release, think of it like a pancake. You're going to end up throwing this one away. And that's why it's really important to strategically release your releases. Don't just put your first big banger at the start. Get some releases out there and then build up to the biggest tracks you've got. Once you've had this first release, this pancake release, then you can claim your Spotify for artists. Then you can pitch to editorial playlists. Then you can style up your page. And styling up your page is really important because it means that you are a good user of Spotify. And Spotify looks at all these things. Adding profile pictures, adding press pictures to the press pictures section, adding all your social links, getting a really good bio written. And if you need a bio writer, simply DM me on Instagram or add me in the Discord and message me, because I know some really good writers that will do a great bio for your short and long bios for places like Spotify, Beatport, SoundCloud. They're really important. Remember, the big part of Spotify is discoverability. So people find your music, then they find you. So having good press shots and bios and Spotify links, it's like reading the CD inlays and the vinyl inlays back in the day. This is where people find out about you. So having really good text about you is really going to help people understand who you are. So this is your first time release. You need to really be ready on release day to hit that go time hard. You want to do a big first push of this track and really set up the algorithm for future releases. By doing this big push right, you're going to get Spotify to place you in artists like you, and that's what you want to be in. Similar peers, similar music. You want the Spotify playlists to be putting you in Discover Weekly playlists and release radars with music similar to you so that people are listening to those and then finding you. It's really going to extend the reach of your track and you. For this first release, for editorial placement, the label is going to have to do that pitch for you if they have the ability. If it's a brand new label, then they probably won't have that ability either. So make sure you give them a little nudge to make sure they've done it. Be on the ball and don't just expect them to have done it. To be honest, there's very slim chance this release is going to get picked up for editorial, and it's all about the push afterwards. But you never know. The label, or if you're self-releasing, get yourself a Spotify pre-save link and push the pre-saves of this track. That's really going to help with the Spotify algorithms. It's really going to help with the curators' dashboards. It's really going to help you get known on the platform and build your followers. In advance of you even track releasing, go and find yourself as many third-party playlists as you possibly can. Search in Spotify, find those playlists, find playlists that are right for your genre, and try and find the owners of those playlists. There's a really good site called Playlist Hunter, which actually allows you to track down playlists in genre of the music you're releasing. It will give you the email address and Instagram handles for some of these playlists so you can message them. Also on that website, it actually gives you a pitch of how to pitch through the playlists and get the most out of that pitch. It's really good. I'll link it in the description below. You can search for playlist owners by finding the image of the playlist owner and using a website called TinEye. And it gives you a little backwards trace of people that have the same image as that, which then gives you kind of their social handles across the internet if they're using a similar picture. So then on release day, get those pictures out to those playlists. Also on release day, get people listening to your track. Message your mum, your dad, your friends, your other peers DJs, mates in Discord groups, Doris down the road. Message them all and get them to listen to your track in full. And if they're really into it, save it to their Spotify. And if they're also right for you, save it to their Spotify. This is all about setting up the algorithm for future releases with this release. Don't get them adding it to a playlist if they've got country file, the best of as their playlist. It's not going to help you. So it's really got to be about the music and people listening to your music. If people add it to their playlists and save it to their Spotify and add it amongst other music that's similar and similar genre, this is all going to help you with your fans also like, and also discover weekly playlists. Of course, you'll have been growing your own playlists if you watched our video from the other week, and I'll link that below to growing your own playlist and the importance of growing your playlist. You have your playlist now because you've been following that video. Make sure you put it to the top and get all that promotion running around that playlist and that track. Make sure you're pushing it on social media. Stories, they're great. You can share from the Spotify app to Instagram stories, and it pushes people to that track directly. Tag the label if it's on a label, get them to repost you. That sends all the label's fans to your track. If the label's owned by a bigger DJ, tag them on it and get their fans pushing it to you. What you will find when you share to stories, it gets a little link in the top right corner. That basically sends people direct to your Spotify from their fan base, and it's carried across when you repost. It's really cool. If you are in Facebook groups or Discord servers based around the similar music, definitely share your track into those groups. If you're in our Discord server, then share it on New Music Friday in our New Music Friday section. And we check out all the tracks for our playlist for data transmission. And we also will play them on my Twitch streams on Friday afternoons. Be careful if you're joining Spotify groups around Spotify playlists and putting your track on threads of new playlists or new tracks out that day. The wrong type of people might listen to it. If they're not into your music, make sure you definitely, when you're commenting with a link, comment with the genre and the type of music it is, so it really sends the right people to your music. Again, you want to set up the algorithm and set up Spotify for long term with the right people. Remember to stick to a niche. What I would say for this release is you're going to get tons of rejection. You've already had a load from trying to get it signed to labels. You're going to get a load more. You're going to get some from playlist owners. You're going to get some from blogs and websites when you pitch to them. You're going to get some from other people that just don't like that track. Grow a thick skin. This is part of the music industry. Move on. You can do it. It's all going to set you in good stead for future releases. If this release is linked to a free download campaign, and we do these data transmission, they work really well. We have a SoundCloud called DT Weapons, and we upload music that's originals to the SoundCloud, and we also upload them to the streaming platforms. What we do is we use the free download to push the streams and the followers of that artist and the saves of the track. And it really works. What you need to do if you're part of one of the campaigns like that, and I know other people do them, is really push the repost of that SoundCloud track. Really get the reach out on that, because the more reposts you get, the more downloads potential you got, which means followers and fans and streams. If you want to run Facebook and Instagram ads for your music, this is a delicate time for you. Remember, a lot of people might not know who you are, so you really need to target the right people, and you really need to make it about the music. The good thing is with story ads, 80% of the people watch stories with the music and sound on, so they're going to listen to the track and then potentially swipe up and listen to your track. We use conversion campaigns in Business Manager for Facebook to drive the streams of the track. The real win for us is driving people to a playlist and building playlists with the track at the top of the playlist. Then they listen to the track, see other music in it, potentially follow the track, potentially follow you as an artist. The conversions are a lot better, and it's a much better value for money. I wouldn't spend too much money at this early stage. Just start building some audience on Facebook and some followers on Spotify. Start growing it gradually and organically. Do you want to ramp up your Spotify this year? I've made a brand new downloadable guide to help you get the most out of the platform as a DJ and producer. It covers things like playlists, pitching, promotional tips for your releases, and a little bit of basics about the platform as well to really help you maximize Spotify. If you want to go and grab it, there's a link in the description below. Go and grab it now. If you found this video useful, please give it a like and drop me a comment to let me know what you found useful. Or if I've missed something, let me know in the comments below and I can look at that for future videos. I love reading your comments and I love hearing from you all. So please get in the comments and let me know what you thought. I'm back on Twitch Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays. And on Twitch, I cover topics like this. Also, we have big interviews with electronic music artists, DJs and producers. And we also have demo feedback sessions where we put your music in front of some of the biggest labels in the world and hopefully get them signed. It's been incredible fun. Come and join me on Twitch. The link is in the description below. YouTube is now going to recommend you another video for you to watch. Go and check that out because it's going to help you on your journey as a DJ and producer. And I will see you in the next video. Cheerio. Bye.